It could be a quiet night. Hello, Faye. How has your day been? Did you get out your hiking boots? Hello, Linda. Hello, Megan, Catherine, and another Linda. So Linda 1 is with the W and Linda 2 with the K. Okay. I hope you have all had a great day. It's been sort of interesting. Started out a little cloudy and then presto, now we have sun and wind. So tonight I'm going to use 2 decks. I'm going to use the Light Worker Oracle, and I'm going to use Everyday Witch. And both of the decks are nice, so it should be interesting. So quickly, from bottom up, hello Karen, Kathy, Jessica, Lisa, Orville, Penelope, and that's from the bottom up. And I'm going to start with Faye, and I will work my way down.
Much better camera, by the way.
So Faye, 2 cards, the Star. And this is magic inside of your hands and using it, so healing power. And I love the cat looking at the goldfish, which means a little money. So if you feel lucky, buy a lottery ticket, see what happens. And the second card is 4th Ray of Harmony. And it makes me think of you using your chakra, your eye chakra, crown chakra, and allowing the energy to come in and for you to really fine tune the messages that are coming towards you. So basically being open, and it's steps to everything. Like whenever we do something, when we learn to crawl, walk, there's always steps. And that's what it feels like, steps for you to open up your intuitive ability and to become stronger with it. Linda, number 1. I have the 9 of Cups, and this is contemplation. This is literally sitting down by the ocean and visualizing everything that you would like to see come towards you, your emotional, your physical, your bounty, your friendship, your family, and it's just visualizing all the good things that can go into it. And the power is really up to you. They're saying you can take your time doing it, but it's really about intervention, intuition, and to allow the energy to flow through you as you do the meditation so that you can bring towards you. So the whole idea, what you put out there comes back towards you. Megan, hello. We have the 4 of Pentacles. And it's funny because the guy's sitting on his chest of money and the cat's looking at, hey, open window, let's escape. So it's sort of like twofold. You want to sit, you want to be stationary, but this other part of you wants to move out and to expand and to grow. And they're saying it's going to happen, all right? You just have to have a little patience. And the other portion of this makes me feel like, okay, gold is a color. It's money and everything. But with this, I think when I hear gold, I think I'm hearing goal. So there's a goal for you in mind. And in the process of doing it, just take your time. Again, this is going to be, by sounds of things, little theme here about taking your time, development, and moving forward. Now, Megan, for you, the Oracle card is karmatic clearing. So this would say to me that you're removing all the negative energy around you and you're replacing it with white light. Okay, Catherine. Hello, honey. I have for you the 6 of Cups. And the 6 of Cups, it's pretty because look, little pots of flowers and the little brook or the little water feature. So to me, this is about growing things. This is about returning to nature. This is get your hands dirty and play in the soil and start planting things. And I like the cat because the cat's observing everyone. It's watching and seeing what's going on. And the pond to me represents emotions and calmness and really developing something for yourself. Now, the oracle card you have is spiritual decree. And this is, again, fine-tuning your intuitive ability, but with this, it's also you can be controlled by the planets around you. So think of when Jupiter is in lined up with another planet, it can make things a little rocky, but it can also, depending on what planet it's lined up with, can make it quite smooth. Okay, Linda, number 2. I have the 5 of Swords. Now, this one tells me that if you bake something, so think of taking a recipe and putting it together, and then when you go to taste it, it doesn't taste anything like you thought it was going to. It sort of says, don't be afraid of spoils, because sometimes we have to try. We have to experiment. We have to turn the spoon a few times until we find the right mixture. Okay, Linda. So this is basically saying that if it fails, try again. Don't stop at the first one. Maybe you have to try again. And if that's the case, then I am going to say that go ahead and do it. Okay, they told me to give up on the oracle cards, and so I'm going to listen to Spirit. But Linda, I also have an opportunity for you to dance. So this could be more an expression of yourself. It could be taking dance off of the internet and dancing to it, but they are talking about the opportunity to dance. Jen, hello. Jen, I have for you the Magician, and with this Magician, you can see the power radiating from his hands into his objects that he needs to create his gift. All right. And this to me tells me that 1, you've got healing energy. 2, roses are extremely important. And 3, make sure you're drinking plenty of water, because with electricity, you use up a lot of energy and you use up a lot of fluid. So make sure you're drinking a lot of water. Okay, Penelope, hello, sis. I have for you the Ace of Wands. And this one to me looks more like the Magician, because all the paraphernalia you need to create magic inside your life is floating in those flames. And there's a little bit of money coming towards you, a book, a scroll. So this could be your geocaching, like as you go out and do more and more. But the wand tells me that there's new opportunities around employment, around your own reading business. And so there's more coming towards you to be open and to be ready to experiment with what comes towards you. Oh, and as strange as it sounds, I'm told to tell you to watch Harry Potter. Hello, Orville. And for you, I have the World. And this makes me think that things may be a little chaotic, a little out of place, moving maybe at a faster pace than you anticipated. But this also says to me that it's all going to fall into place, that if you trust the winds are blowing you in the right direction, then that direction is exactly where you're meant to be. Now, the other part of this makes me think you need a little bit of a break where you can literally sit on the sand. And I don't know, it's been such a long time since I've been to a lake or whatever in Alberta, but maybe if there's a place close by where you can sit on sand and you can invite Spirit to join you, and maybe even have a little ritual. I don't know if you used to, okay, I'm going to call it spirit dancing, but if you did spirit dance, I sort of feel like you should do it again, that it's something that is coming forward again. It's a movement. It strikes me as a prairie dance. Okay, Lisa, hello. I have the 3 of Wands, and this is you being in charge of arranging an event around you, like a birthday, anniversary, and that maybe you should be careful where you place the cake because either the dog or cat is getting into it or the kids have knocked it accidentally and it's fallen on the floor. So make sure whatever that dessert is, whether it's cake, pudding, whatever, that it's farther on the counter so it cannot get knocked down. And this is also a new opportunity around work for you. So it's sort of like not lassoing a job, but it has a feel that there's a job that you'd like to do, and I'm sort of feeling you should put your resume into it and see where it takes you, Lisa. Okay. Hello, Jessica. How are you? And keep in mind, if someone is on that I don't see, if you could let me know. All right, Jessica, let's see what we have for you. Wow, this is interesting. Jessica, 6 of Wands, this is marriage. You're getting married and you haven't told me? But marriage is an agreement between two people to coincide. So this may be that you're looking at meeting someone, moving in with them, and I'm just going to say make sure you know ahead of time exactly what you're going to get into. And this is also, well, everyone, Mother's Day is on Sunday, so please don't forget Mother's Day, because this is the other part of it, is to honor thy mother. Oh, hello, Kathy. And how is the U.S. tonight? Kathy, I have the King of Swords, but interesting enough, I am not seeing it as such. This is, you're cutting through something, you're weeding out, you're moving things, you're looking for a little direction, but it's almost like you have to move the clutter so you can get to where you really want to be, to the root of the cause that's causing you maybe a little sleepless night or a little worry. And it's like you've got to sort of move it all to the side. Think of painting walls. To get to the walls, you've got to take everything off. You've got to move the furniture, lay the tarp, tape the outlets and everything. So that's what this is. It's like everything has to be done before you can start or find what is bothering you. So take your time. Hello, Karen. Karen, I have the Strength card for you. And there's a tornado in the distance, so a little storm going on around you. But this tells me that you can handle the storm. Not only the storm, but you have the strength of character to get through almost anything inside of life if you put your mind to it. So the more that you organize your thoughts, write down your problems, put it on paper so you can decide what to do with it, the easier life becomes. So journalizing would be one of the things, biggest thing jumping out there. All right. It is a cool deck. So I really like it. Ashley got it for me for Christmas. She actually got me the little tiny deck that I can use for travel, and then she got me the bigger one. Hello, Amanda. You have the Page of Wands. Someone who's left home that wants to come back, and a celebration around it. And divine intervention, because oh, wow. When I look there, it looks like a person holding out their arm with the sun coming down, but it's actually a tree. So, but you have divine intervention around you. So whatever is happening around you, Amanda, there's a reason for it, and it's already written in the stars, and it's all beginning to fall into place. Be patient, all right? You know, it's like, think of when we're kids. And I actually did run away from home when I was around 5, 6, I was going to join the circus. I got partly down the road and said, oh, I have to go back. My dad's crying. Well, it turned out it wasn't him crying. But nonetheless, that's sort of what that card says, is even though they left home, they're coming back. And it may be a little hard at times, but they're going to get through it. Oh, that's all right, Orville. Missing us one night isn't going to hurt anyone, yourself or us, because that's why we normally do 3 nights a week. And I'd like to say thank you all for understanding. Sean just wasn't up to doing the reading this week, so he thought it was best to take the night. Christina, hello. I am well, and I hope you're well too. Now, I have for you the Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups is literally, she's looking into her cup, the water's falling, there's growth at her feet, and the wind's blowing just the right way that it's not tangling anything. And so this, Christina, says that whatever emotionally you would like to see inside your life, look into your cup, don't drink it, look into it, and visualize what you see. Now, there are people who, as Penelope said, bet Darcy has a crystal ball. Yes, I do. Okay. But there are people too who can look into a bowl of water, a cup of water, and they can scribe. And so that could be what they're saying, is to use your intuitive ability to look into your own cup to see what direction you would like to go in life, because there's a lot of growth around you. And I would say don't waste it. Okay. You have a friend here, Jessica, and her name is Joanne. Okay, Joanne, we have the Page of Swords. And the Page of Swords says to me that it's time to let go of the past, move to your future. And it's also time for study. It's time for renewed education, whether that is for your job, for yourself personally, or for a hobby. But this says, be bold, go forward. Don't wait for someone else to say, okay, it's time. This is time that you need to listen to yourself, Joanne. Faye, you are welcome. Hello, Jen, again. You're with your spouse. Can I pull a card? Yes, I can pull a card for your spouse. And he has the Ace of Pentacles. Now, if he feels lucky, he should probably buy a lottery ticket. But this is also either a business, and it's looking to the future. What is he looking for in his future? And if he can write it down, he may actually find his own answer. And I like the fact that the person on the card is holding the coin, but so is the cat. All right. So that to me says that there's going to be plenty around you. So whatever it is your husband's looking for his future, then tell him to write it down and then go, what steps does he need to do to make it go into place? And yeah, that sounds right. Okay. Thank you. So Sandra is here, and there's Connie. Okay. I figured if Kathy said hello to Connie, she was further down my list. Sandra, wow. Ace of Swords. Communication. Do not hold an umbrella in a lightning storm or a golf club or anything that can conduct metal. Not a good idea here. But this is bringing the elements towards you, Sandra, so that you can literally hear the wind even when you're inside the house. Pay attention to nature, Sandra. It has this amazing way of letting you know things are happening. And I sort of like the idea. When we were kids and we lived in Alberta, we'd get those lightning storms, you know, the sheet lightning and then the bolt of lightning. And I can remember walking home a few times and how close it would get to you. You'd think it was far away, but the next thing you know, the road beside you is sizzling and you're running like the bat out of, because you don't want to get struck. Always wondered whether or not the faster you ran, whether it could catch up to you. Maybe that's why I became a runner for a while. Linda, you are welcome. Hello, Ashley. And Christy and Connie. And okay, let's go to Ashley. Oh, the Nine of Swords, Ashley. This says that you're sort of a little worried about something, trying to make a decision, but almost hesitating in the process of making the decision. You get right to that point where you think, okay, this is it, I can do it. And then you change your mind. But to me, the writing, because you see the wands on the wall, the writing's on the wall that when you make up your mind, go ahead with your decision because you're headed in the right direction. Don't be afraid of change. Don't be afraid of movement. And I know it's easy for me to sit here and say that. And just the thought of moving right now would literally send me, batshit crazy. But sometimes move is necessary. Okay, Ashley? So don't be afraid to move. Okay, Connie, you said, I'm curious to know if my husband is coming through. His name was Dwayne. I had a boyfriend named Dwayne, also that passed when he was 16. A year later, I married Dwayne, my husband that passed in 2016. Well, I am sorry for your loss. If you give me a little bit, I'll see if I can connect to him. Okay? It may take me a few minutes. But in the meantime, okay, here's a question, and you'll probably have to answer it, and I'll scroll down to find it. I have dark hair. Did he smoke? And would you think he was like a dragon? You know, sometimes ferocious the way he would approach things, and other times more a little on the mellow side. And when I say smoke, I mean anything. Okay. You have the Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Wands, she's sitting there and she's very confident. She's sitting right on the dragon and very confident and very assured. I'm sort of thinking you've been dreaming about one or both of these guys. And I would tell you your dreams are significant in a way that maybe they are trying to get you a message. But burn a candle, shine a light, let them know you're looking, and they will come through. And does Peppermint Patty mean anything to you? I'm sort of thinking Charlie Brown, Christmas, the Christmas special in particular. And I'll keep looking to see if I can find your husband. Catherine, you're welcome. Christy. Oh, that's the wrong person. You got her, right, Ash? Yeah. Okay. Well, look at that. She got a few readings in the reading in the process. Isn't she lucky? Okay.
Three so far.
All right, Jen. Yes, I did get Jen. And can you please give a reading to my 14-year-old daughter, Skyla? Well, Skyla, what a pretty name. Whoa, 7 of Cups, Skyla. You put your mind to something, and actually you do need to do a few more chores. But if you put your mind to something, you can actually make it happen. When you decide what career you want to go in, there will be no stopping you. And it's interesting because I could see you own your own business. I could see you in some teaching situation. I could see you as a librarian, and I could see you as an artist as well. But they're also saying that there's a few chores, and you so want to be in love. Okay? Be a kid first. Love can follow. And, oh, your mom's going to love me. Pay attention to your mother. She does know what she's talking about. Oh, you're welcome, Penelope, Orville, and, Iveka. Okay, if I said your name wrong, no, never mind. You're one of those other people. Hello, Elizabeth. And who... Oh, we did have a few tonight. Yeah. Look at that. There have been a little busy people here. Hello, Elizabeth. I will pull a card for you. The Lovers. This is two people of like mind, but this is also June because the Lovers is in June as well. I don't know why I think it's June, but it is. Oh, because of the 6. My finger is hiding it. Okay. But somewhere around June 11th to 17th, there's a little upset around you. But the really good part, Elizabeth, is you're going to get through it. It's like hands down, you've got support around you. There's new energy being brewed. And it's sort of like an awakening in some sort. It's sort of like that moment of, aha, I know this. But not realizing you know it until you need to know it. Okay, so to me, even though there's a little trouble, I still think this works out for the best. And I keep feeling like you got some sort of new love or opportunity to have love or reunite a love around you. So be open to that as well. All right. Well, thank you for taking care of our little trolls. Yes. Ashley's doing her best to keep on top of them. Oh, because Elizabeth, for some reason, they can't seem to find their own clients. So they like to come on to the shows and try to convince you guys to go over to them. And unfortunately, we can't stop them from coming on, but I have my administrator trying her best to keep up to them. All right. Amanda, you're right. You think they would give up, but they never do. It's almost like sometimes they just seem to want to go on an attack. And that's okay, because I can understand maybe their business isn't as busy and they didn't think of doing something like this, which they could do on their own. Jen, you're welcome. Ashley, you're welcome. Hello, Jeanette. I don't think we've seen you before, Jeanette. And let me pull you a card or two. I'm going to do two for some reason. Okay, the first card, Jeanette, this one. No, it was right. This one. This feels like I've given up. I can't do it. It's out of my reach. Why am I trying? This card contradicts it. This card says nothing is ever out of your reach, depending on how you look after yourself, your mindset. If you learn to be flexible, Jeanette, anything is possible. That there is the ability to literally, as this girl is doing the yoga pose, the tree, stand on your own, because you are amazing. And that this is something you need to believe in, that there isn't anything that you can't do, because you have the ability to do it. So I'm going to say, keep going. Don't fall. It's okay to falter as long as you're willing to pick yourself up. Oh, yes to all above. Thank you, Connie. And it would explain the Charlie Brown. I'm really sorry, but he really made that quite plain. So I'm going to say, since those messages all came from him, yes, he is around you. And that you need to know that you were the love of his life. It's interesting because he says you're the twinkle of his eye, but every now and then he looked and had a twinkle for another girl. So I'm thinking you have a daughter, because that's how it feels. Like it's not a romantic twinkle. So this is more like, when I'm having a joke with someone. And so you're the love of his life, but there was someone else he was quite fond of. Okay, Cheyenne. Hello, Cheyenne. Sometimes we have to throw darts. Okay. Okay. I did have a dartboard once, and what I did is put someone's picture on it, and I threw darts at it. It made me feel really good. And so sometimes we even have to put our ideas, like when I traveled, what I would do is put up a map and I'd throw darts at it. And wherever the dart stuck, that's where I would go. And same idea for work and career and education choices. Sometimes we just have to throw the dart or flip the coin to get us to where we want to be. All right. And they're saying you're going to be very successful, and that you have your eye on the prize and you're going to get it, Cheyenne. Catherine, you're welcome. And Alana. Okay, spirit guides. Well, since I rely on the cards during this session, in person, it's totally different. I don't use the cards. Like when I used to do shows, basically I stood up front and I would look at you or look over to the side and determine who I wanted to talk to. Sometimes it got a little muddy because sometimes people had, believe it or not, the same name of a spouse. And so then you had to distinguish. But there were times I'd be talking to the lady to my left and the gentleman over here would go, that applies to me, which is absolutely true. even this show, as I'm doing it, there may be something I'm saying to one of these other people that it resonates with you. And that's why it's really important that you're open enough to understand that that resonation can apply to anyone and to any situation that I'm talking about. So, Alana, after that explanation, I have the Knight of Swords. Go forward, charge, get on your horse and run for the gate. This isn't running away. This is going towards something with passion that you want, Alana, whether it's a job, a relationship, a move. This is all about the passion inside of you, your health, and what do you want? Because that's the way you should be moving, not anywhere in a direction that other people want you to go. This is about you now. This is your passion, your dream, your desires. So they're saying charge it. Oh, wait, charge it, ka-ching. Okay, wait, if you're married, he might not be too thrilled about it. And if your visa is a little maxed, you better be careful. But go after what you're dreaming, because you're the only one who can make your dream come true. And Cheyenne, can I, Leah? I hope I said that right. Yes, I can. 4 cups. Don't drink. All right. First thing here. Or if you're going to drink water. But this is also contemplation of, don't always look back at what you've lost. Look to your future. Sometimes, there's that song where he's thanking God because he didn't marry the girl he thought he wanted, and he married the girl he wanted, who was meant for him. Same idea for us. Okay. Sometimes what we think we want isn't what we're meant to have. And if that's the case, then just move forward. Because as you move forward, things begin to fall into place. As we let go of disappointment and displeasure, things begin to fall into place. Now, I make a habit of, I bought an egg timer years ago because, I wasn't always a happy-go-lucky person. Well, I was when I was a kid, had a few difficulties and wasn't for a while, but I'd like to think I'm very upbeat and very positive about the way life is, even when it sits you on your butt. But I bought an egg timer because I heard a lady speak once and say, you're wasting energy when you are in a pity party. And she said, allow yourself 5 minutes a day to bitch, whine, complain, feel sorry for yourself. And so I did. I bought a egg timer and I would set it for 5 minutes a day. And I was allowed to I didn't share it with other people. This is all for me. So I'd be in my bedroom and I'd be doing my little tap dance about how I felt and everything. And you know what? After a while, it got pretty boring that I had to set a timer to complain about the way things were treating me. And I realized that even to today, I very seldom do I really, except for the one program that I'm trying to learn at work. That one probably doesn't count here because it's work related. But for home life, I don't think about what was, what could have been. I think about what can be. And I like to look at it in as positive a light as humanly possible. Okay. And sometimes even I don't understand why things happen. They just do. And when they happen, I either cry about the milk that's spilled, or I get a cloth, a mop, and I wipe it up. So you've been joined by Moonlight. I'd like you to know she's not starving. She may think she is, but she's not. And life is always full of surprises, even for myself. I mean, I'll get a message and I normally go, yeah, whatever. And then it bites me. And it's like, oh, maybe I should have listened to that message. And then other times, there's nothing. And I'll do this. For a week, I have dreamt about my mom's family and my dad's family. And I think it was Monday morning when my daughter got up, I said to her, okay, someone's dying. Maybe it was Tuesday. And I said to her, someone's dying. I just don't know who. I don't know whose family they're dying in. On Wednesday morning, Penelope let me know sometime during the day, or Tuesday, I can't remember the days. They all blend together. But anyway, she let me know that our last aunt on our dad's side, so my dad's sister, died in the morning sometime, or the night before. So this time I actually listened, because normally I just, whatever, I'm certain I'll hear about it, but this one seemed to be important. So sometimes those little things that just don't make sense, like you wake up and you just have a feeling something's off, pay attention to it, because those little feelings of something's off normally mean something. What else happened recently? Okay, I don't normally burn myself when I cook. Not once, but twice this week. And in the last week and a half, I've managed to burn the same hand twice. And so now I'm paying attention, because when they say, be careful, you're going to get burnt, then you've got to have a look and think, what's going on that could burn you? So my instincts always at this point say it's something geared towards work. So I'm going to pay attention. Be careful what I say, because you never know who's listening. Okay, I am going to leave it open for a few minutes. If anyone has any questions, go ahead and ask them. And if you don't, then maybe in a few minutes I'll shut it down so we can all have an early night. And just a reminder, you're welcome, Cheyenne. And just a reminder that Sean and I will hopefully be on Tuesday at 7 p.m. Penelope and I are on Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. And depending on how busy my weekend gets with readings, I may just try to come on sometime on the weekend, because sometimes it's sort of nice for me just to break it up a bit too. And there are people who can't make it. So if you know anyone, tell them to keep their eye open that I might come on during the weekend as well. Probably around 7 o'clock, because that's always seems to be a good time. People are done dinner and everything. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. Thank you all for coming on. I really appreciate the fact you do. It's always great to see all of you. And I hope you have a fantastic week. Remember, Mother's Day is coming up, and little surprises, even for those of us that don't have a mom. It's always nice to reach out and tell someone Happy Mother's Day, especially if they don't have anyone around them. So, my usual. May love, joy, peace, and happiness find you all in mysterious way. And to all of us who are mothers, happy Mother's Day. And to all of us who aren't and don't have a mother, happy daughter or son's day, because you wouldn't be here without them. Well, blessed be everyone, and I will see you next week. Bye.